And that sets us up where Kelly Kulick will begin our semifinal match against Anne Marie Duggan. And crossed over that time, leaving the 3-6-10.
Grabby.
How difficult is it, Chris? You take a little bit of a break, you have a chance to sort of catch your breath and recognize what just happened to you. How difficult is it to start over again?
Well, your adrenaline takes a huge wave, a huge amount of adrenaline right at the end of that match. Great feelings, and then you have 10 minutes here basically to slow down, and then you have to regroup and start back over again. The toughest shots, I think, are to throw are the ones right out of the commercial breaks.
And she covers that handily. So here's our first look at Anne Marie Duggan, who now lives in Edmond, Oklahoma, but was originally from Orange County, California. And in fact, there's probably a pretty big party at the Boulevard AMF Lanes in Edmond right now watching Anne Marie.
She's stuck.
Got a break. Got that 9-pin out of there. Now, Anne Marie was...
She had a little bit of trouble earlier in practice too. Like I said, the lights get on these approaches, they warm up. They're not as slick as they were during the week. You can see she was forward pretty quick. Pretty fortunate that one ended up with just a 4-pin.
So a couple of spares to start things off in our semifinal match. SEC rivals LSU and Georgia take the diamond Thursday night as ESPN brings you college softball at 8 o'clock Eastern from the sparkly new Tiger Park on the LSU campus in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. For more information, just log on to ESPN.com. Anne Marie Duggan's first visit to the left lane is a productive one. She gets the kick on the 10. She was inducted into the USBC Hall of Fame in 2005 and won this Queens event in '94. It was a runner-up to our top seed, Tennille Milligan, in 2005.
Been a great player for a long time.
Not as active as she once was, unlike Kelly Kulick, who seems to be riding a wave these days. For a second, I thought that would have gotten away from her, but it was reeled back in.
I'm not sure she knew either whether that one was coming back. That was a much looser shot. She said she was grabbing the first. She was real nice to this one at the bottom. Almost pushed it by everything. But by Missy playing out and then Kelly playing out earlier, now that ball comes back where the first match it blew by the headpin.
What does she mean by grabby?
Just hand pressure at the bottom. She's really grabby with it, makes it ball hook early, and she rolls over the top of it. And that extra axis rotation will make her ball go high.
Heel. Good shot.
Boy, that's a ringing 10 right there.
Yeah, and you could hear her say good shot. She knew that one was good from the beginning. Looked just like the one in the field ball in the 10th. Watch the 6-pin up here as it goes right around the 10.
Kelly Kulick, Anne Marie Duggan, and Tennille Milligan, who is the top seed, all have something in common. They have a Queens title. And in most Queens championships, 2 bowlers have 3, including the great Wendy McPherson, who bowled here. Look at that with 2 Queens titles. Alita Sill. Oh, I'm sorry, Linda Barnes. 10 years apart, too. A great story, really, to be able to perform that well. 10 years apart. Donna Atomic also. And Anne Marie, just a 10-pin, very unfriendly right there. Not interested. It's, somebody will get out of here with a 2nd Queens championship. And Anne Marie's had an amazing career, as Chris and I have mentioned. 1994 BWA Female Bowler of the Year. 94-95 PWPA Player of the Year. Well, how about some keys for a victory here and a berth in the finals for Anne Marie?
Well, a real key for Anne Marie is keeping her lower body down. She's not a big, stout player. She's got a petite body frame. And so the footwork problem she's having on that right lane is really key. And the other thing she needs to do is recall the old mojo from 1995, which was the peak of her career when she was on top of the bowling world.
Carry.
Well, and she did not get the carry. That's something that Kathy touched on at the beginning of the show. is that don't count her out. That Kathy Doran Lindsay, who's our sideline analyst, believes that Anne Marie still has that competitive fire and still has the ability to hand fight and win. And she's obviously shown it here to get to the #2 seed.
Yeah, not bowling as much anymore doesn't mean she's forgotten how to win. She's won a lot in her career.
And no problem on that, as you would expect from an accomplished bowler like Anne Marie. So Kelly Kulick with just the 1 pin advantage.
This is where I look for Kelly to really step on the gas. 2 real good shots here and take the lead.
Push.
Flush is what that was.
The last shot on that lane got to the right and made it back. This one was in. She was asking for it to push, and it ended up perfect. That is not good news for Anne Marie or Tennille. Now she knows what she has in the lane. That will make her more comfortable and make her hand get looser at the bottom.
She finished her second match with 5 consecutive strikes to advance.
Roll.
Nice.
You heard her. Yes, good shot, and she's absolutely right. A double and an 11-pin advantage.
And this is the part of the lane that I think she's the strongest from. She's great at playing that 12, 13, 14, getting a little bit left of all of her opponents and creating more down lane reaction.
And that's a little bit high. Winds up with only the 3-6 there.
Come on.
Her husband Pat may be saying that too. He's back home in Edmond recovering after some surgery.
And this just looked tentative. It looked like she thought she might stick. It's the first time that her foot actually moved, and it was just a tentative shot with her arm. She led with her shoulder, inside a target, leaves a 3-6, and now down by 13.
And Anne Marie, after the first 15 games of qualifying, was in 51st place. So she really had to work through the match play and was brilliant in the match play leading up to the televised finals here, obviously, to finish in second. Yep, she knew it, and you knew it as well, Chris. So one she had to have, as Kelly Kulick may be riding the wave of momentum. We've seen her do it before. And Kelly Kulick has the advantage on the Hall of Famer Anne Marie Duggan by 13 pins in the semifinal match of the USBC-Queens in El Paso. Top seed, Tennille Milligan, awaits the winner.